Hi Kiwi, alright, we are back at Hades 1. We're going to be running the aspect of Lucifer on the rail. We're going to take 12 heat, let's see, 3 levels of extreme measures, 1 level of benefits package, 1 level of tight deadline, and I think we can handle 1 level of approval process with this. Oh wait, where are we already? Oh, this gives 2, hold on. Hidden security. Now we'll just take a level of jury summons, that should be fine. Alright, we are going to be taking the Poseidon Keepsake.
Do your worst, Father.
Do your worst, Hades.
Your grandparents? The Titans, they were called. Long since passed from this world, boy. You have my assurance, however, that you did not miss much in having never met.
Don't worry, we'll meet them one day, I'm sure.
I swear, this family.
Gotta meet our grandparents one day, right?
My little Hades, you brandish Exegriff, the rail of adamant. That weapon's power was so terrifying that we sealed it away. Oh well, surely its mortal damning secret shall be safely guarded in your hands.
Absolutely safe. Everything is safe with me wielding this weapon, including the run. Alright, cool. So we will take a rare attack. That's exactly what we wanted to see, or higher. But so the way Lucifer works is you drop these little bombs, and they will pulse AoE damage on the ground, but if you shoot them directly, they explode. The damage right now is pretty low because we only have the 2nd level on it, on the weapon, but ultimately that's not really what we're building around anyway with this weapon. What our goal here is to do today is we are going to be running what's called the Supersoaker build, where as you can see we already have the Supersoaker. We have a giant water laser beam that pushes enemies back. But what really makes this build scale is Zeus. We need a whole lot of Zeus and Poseidon stacking. So next floor, if we don't see any Zeus, this floor is we're going to do our best to get. We'll take the Zeus keepsake, and we're gonna go for Sea Storm, the Zeus Poseidon duo boon.
Well then.
From my perspective, I have summoned you. Whilst you believe you came of your volition. All statements can be true, is that not so?
They can both be very true, yes. But anyway, let's see. None of these are really what I want, but I'll take the HP, I guess. Although that does cut off our coin for a little bit, and shots will be very valuable. Let's toss 1 reroll and see where it takes us.
Not what I need right now.
Cast, damaging stroke. Oh, perfect, attack speed. So we're gonna, for 4 rooms, we're gonna have our move speed cut in half. But we'll get 30% more attack speed, or attack damage, so it's still worth it. Alright, I really want the rare fish if I can get it, so I'm going to focus for a second.
There.
Alright, Bro Jelly.
I got a Bro Jelly.
He looks like he has little sunglasses on. That's really cute. Cool, and that's one we have never caught before. I'm kind of surprised at this point that we haven't caught all the fish, because I pretty actively fish in this game. Anyway, so what I was going to say is, the more Zeus and Poseidon we stack, the stronger this build becomes, and it pretty quickly scales out of control if done right. The issue is it does have it feels like it has a bit of a slow start. It's much stronger if you have enough levels on the special, but overall I think Lucifer is one of the weaker rail options, especially when you compare it to Hestia. Dionysus. Dionysus, I could make an argument for his trippy shot just because I like it here. Scintillating Feast would be decent too if we combo that with Zeus. Sure, why don't we take Dionysus here? Anyway, the build does feel like it starts off a bit slow, but where it makes up for it is the damage on the attack ramps up the longer you hold it on an enemy, and we get 20 ammo. In terms of, right, I was saying in terms of rails, I think Lucifer's probably the 2nd weakest, because I still think it's better than the Zagreus rail, because all that Zagreus does is gives you more ammo, which isn't terribly exciting, you know? Whoop, hello. 1 second. Would you kindly lay off me?
Zag, turns out I am quite the judge of character, and you men have an awful lot of it. I mean, you've given out how much ambrosia now? To all your mates and more?
Quite a bit, actually, yeah. Alright, let's see. Could make a strong argument for Trippy's shot, but I think strong drink honestly benefits us the most here, so we'll start with that.
Strong stuff.
We'll take the darkness, and cool. I guess Dionysus's metric for wanting to talk to us more is all the alcohol we've, well, all the delicious drinks we've passed out to people. I still like to think that ambrosia tastes like mango juice. I love mango juice. I know I have some friends that vehemently dislike mangoes, and I respectfully decline to agree with their opinion, but I can understand not having things that you like. I grew up as a kid, like, my quintessential... Oh, perfect, there's our Zeus. And we didn't even need to beg with a keepsake for him. Cool. So, what we want right now is any of Zeus's core boons that puts us in line for getting Sea Storm. So, I don't want his dash if I don't have to take it, but his special, I probably don't want his cast either. So I think we want either his call or his special. Honestly, if I had to choose between the two, I mean, if the pulsing damage from the Lucifer bombs triggers the special, I guess that's decent. But I think overall, best option would probably be Zeus's call if we can take it, because that is just a high damaging boon altogether. Alright, cool, we've got one of these mini bosses done. I think these bombs automatically explode after you toss 3. And if they can explode next to each other and pop each other in like a chain reaction sort of explosion way. These two are dead. This one is now dead too. There we go. Alright, Zeus.
I just know you'll reach the surface here eventually, Zagreus, and I look forward to our meeting when you do.
Let us see. Cast, dash, or tier 2 dash. Okay, so I think out of all of these, the cast is the one I would be willing to take the most. And is there a reason I wouldn't want the cast for any other reason? We were talking about taking Trippy Shot. I guess that's probably the best reason to not take it. Let's see. Sea Storm allows us to take any of Poseidon's core boons. Thunder Flourish, Electric Shot, Thunder Flare, Thunder Dash, and Zeus's Aid. So yeah. I could try re-rolling here. Yeah, we'll try re-rolling and see what we get. Oh, perfect. Thunder Flourish. So that's his special. And again, the cast. So we will take Thunder Flourish here, which will now put us well in line for Sea Storm. And we're going to get a palm on the attack, so we're getting some very good damage here, which is very exciting to see. We're still far from fully built, but now we have everything we need at minimum to really make this build potentially come online. Anyway, so I would say, like, the thing about the rails that I was going to say is I think overall, Aspect of Zagreus is probably the weakest because it really just doesn't do anything other than give you more ammunition. And that's fine if you're bad at remembering to reload, but having made Hestia...
That was ill-advised.
Having made the Aspect of Hestia one of my best weapons overall, it's a hard sell to really convince me that I want that over Aspect of Hestia. Because the thing about it is, if you practice with Hestia enough, you're reloading every shot, so you're not going to forget to reload. Although I say that, having said that, I've been doing some higher heat runs, like 40+ heat runs, with the Aspect of Eris, to practice with that.
Blood and darkness.
And I will openly acknowledge that I still forget to kind of reload here and there. So maybe I am mistaken about that opinion. I certainly could be mistaken about that opinion, but it does not feel like I am. It feels like once you kind of get into a flow with the rail, you don't easily forget to reload. It also very much helps if you have to rebind the rail's reload button to a trigger or a shoulder button, because having it default to R3 feels awful and is just not playable. Because it kind of forces you to remove the finger that you use to attack, to dash, to use all of your damaging moves. We'll take another level of Tempest Strike. Sure, that's 63%. HP, not interested. Oh, Kiwi, a Zeus and Poseidon trial. So we won't get a duo here, but we get two of the only boons that we need, potentially.
I have to pick a side.
I'm gonna pick Zeus first, and the reason for that is we really, really, really want Jolted. We did not get Jolted, but High Voltage is nice because it'll make our AoE much more potent when we finally do get Sea Storm.
Oh, you think you've a chance in hell without my help, am I to understand? You made a big mistake there, little Hades. Just you watch.
So, unfortunately, we're gonna have to find more Zeus, but I'm sure we'll see. I shouldn't say that, but I'm hopeful we will find more Zeus in the coming future. For now, what matters most is hopefully Poseidon gives us Rupture, because if we get Rupture and we get Jolted, that's a 40% damage boost from Status Privilege, and that will significantly bump up our damage. Honestly, the thing we need most at this point is just the rapid fire effect of Sea Storm. Like, if we get Sea Storm, the build is pretty much done, except Rupture and Jolted will really put our damage online on top of that.
You weathered the storm there, little Hades, and the sea is once again at peace. And you'll make every attempt to keep it that way, correct?
Nope. Let's see. We're not offered anything I particularly want. I could accept Poseidon's Call. I don't want to take Floodshot. Honestly, I might just take Ocean's Bounty. That'll make us get more coins in Darkness, which means we can potentially afford more boons in the shop, especially at the end. 50% more, yeah, we'll do that.
High tide.
Objectively speaking, not the boon to take there. I probably should have just accepted his call, because his call isn't bad. But we're looking for fun here, Kiwi. And we're not going to have fun if we don't get the things we want. I mean, we are. We're going to have fun. We're going to make this build work no matter what. But just think about how much better it could be if it had its full potential. And, I mean, if we see more Zeus Poseidon do, trials like that, there's a good chance we'll be seeing its full potential. It is funny that we're just blasting them away with a water gun, like a glorified water gun. This is the godly water gun build, Kiwi. I wonder how Poseidon attacks look on the other rail weapons when you're just rapid firing. Okay. I think we've got enough palms on the attack at this point. Let's go for this early hammer, because an early Tartarus hammer can be really fun. Probably the single best thing we want is triple laser. If we can get triple laser or whatever it's called, that would be pretty hilarious, because that just ups our DPS pretty substantially. Also, very much appreciating the Thunder Flourish on the special. It actually feels pretty good. It's constantly dropping lightning bolts, and those lightning bolts have pretty sizable AoE right now. The other nice thing about the Poseidon attack on this is, while normally you don't...
Some modifications to the rail are in order.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay, I have some ideas here. This is tricky. This is a hard decision. Triple Bomb is really good for Lucifer because it lets you stack all your bombs really fast. This gives us Piercing Fire, which means we would penetrate any enemies we're near. Or just infinite ammo, so I never have to reload and stop my attack, but it doesn't ramp its damage anymore. I mean, I'm not going to be consistently keeping the charge going. Oh, man, I think these all sound really appealing. I think it's going to be between Piercing Fire and Eternal Chamber, though. I don't think we've ever used Eternal Chamber, so I could... I mean, Piercing Fire just sounds so good, especially if we do get the triple laser. And there's a chance we see Eternal Chamber again later. Man, I feel comfortable reloading. I think it's just a crutch.
That's it.
I think Eternal Chamber is a crutch. We'll go for the shop here in case we get another Zeus or Poseidon boon. We do not. We see Aphrodite here. Aphrodite, what would I want from Aphrodite, and is it worth taking her? I think the gods I would be most interested... The last god I'd be most interested in is... That's a good question. Dionysus, I guess Demeter, I could argue for a combination of Scintillating Feast and whatever her duo with Trippy Shot is. I get the sense we're not going to be seeing Trippy Shot, though. The other consideration is Aphrodite will fill in our god pool, so I don't have to worry about other gods showing up and diluting my chance of seeing Zeus and Poseidon, because again, it seems like these gods, they push you fighting 4 boons before they consistently give you the 4 gods that you have found. Although that trial was pretty lucky. I think Aphrodite really doesn't offer us anything I want for this build, though. I mean, let's check her duo real quick.
Well made.
Let's see, Aphrodite. How do you duo with Poseidon and Zeus? Sweet Nectar. No, not interested in that. Smoldering Air. Yeah, I think we're gonna skip Aphrodite here. All right, let's go pop in and say hello to Meg, and her sisters. Come on, toss a Z in there. Try and say Zagreus. Anyway, so what I was going to say about the Poseidon attack on this rail specifically is it is nice because although you don't normally stagger enemies, or you can't normally stagger enemies and like hit stun them out of it hitting you like with the other weapons, this rail does push them back, which means if they're calculating like a dash type attack at you and you're pushing past them or pushing them away, oh dear, oh no, oh dear. 1 second, Kiwi. I'm gonna drop a Sisyphus here because I'm a little worried about all the damage I'm taking. these and just blow her up. Again, we really need Sea Storm to see the damage on this build come online, but anyway, what I was going to say is, while we do lose, or while we don't truly have a hit stun to like knock enemies out of their attack pattern to really resist their damage, what we do have is the kind of knockback effect of Poseidon's attacks, which does in fact potentially push enemies that were otherwise dashing at you away and making it, whoa, hold on, whoop. I panicked because I thought my special there was an attack from Electo. Oh, she almost said her name. Good job, Tiffany. Good job, Tiffany. Me.
That's one way to prove I'm innocent.
Oh, geez, this was a slow floor 1. We're on a 9-minute tight deadline, and we made it to 8 minutes, so our damage is seriously lacking. We really need to see Sea Storm sooner than later.
Let's see here.
But since we started with Poseidon, we can guarantee another Zeus with his keepsake, as I was saying earlier. I don't need HP. Light of Ixion could be nice. Yeah, we have the money. Let's go ahead and take that.
Useful.
And then we don't need to sell anything here, and Ocean's Bounty will carry us for more coin that will help us buy fun things in the shop. The only thing that will deter me from taking this next Chaos Gate, which we should see in the very first room here, is if we're offered a Poseidon or a Zeus boon in the first room, which is seemingly rare in Asphodel.
Getting warmer.
Seemingly rare in Asphodel. Seemingly rare in Asphodel. Seemingly rare in Asphodel. That's frustrating.
Back by now.
It might still be better off taking the Zeus, or taking... Nah. We need Sea Storm as soon as possible. Sorry, Chaos. I appreciate you showing up, but please understand where I'm coming from. As you said, it is of my volition to visit you or not, despite you summoning me. The interesting thing about this piercing attack is that it does let me drop a bomb and more reliably pop it while also targeting an enemy. Whether that actually is good for me or not, I'm kind of undecided, although I think it's better because we seem pretty prone to pushing enemies away from it with the Poseidon attack. Alright, Zeus, one jolted, please. Whoa! Oh! Oh my goodness, Kiwi! Wow. I don't know which one is better here. I mean, I do. Sea Storm is objectively better, but I think it's going to be a lot harder to find Splitting Bolt, and Sea Storm has a chance of showing up again because we're running the Mirror Boon. Oh my goodness, we were offered like 2 different flavors of cake that are both equally delicious. Sea Storm is objectively the better option if I want to have my DPS come online, but Splitting Bolt is going to be harder to find. I'm going to take that first. Alright, Hermes or Dionysus? We'll take Hermes here. I think Hermes is way more valuable in terms of the damage he can potentially bring to us, or rather the survivability. Alright. I wonder if I swear, when I start running Zeus runs, I mean, maybe not when I'm running higher heat, it feels. Like I mentioned before, I've been practicing higher heat runs in the 40s and such, and I'm trying to get some Zeus builds going online, and I swear Zeus shows up once because of his keepsake and then never shows up again. What I may honestly have to do in those runs is just, like, reset runs until I get the starting boon I want, because, I mean, you need RNG to be in your favor. I actually almost beat I think it was a 45 heat run with the aspect of Chiron, but when I actually have that run recorded, I'm gonna upload it as like a one-off sometime without, like I didn't record commentary over it.
Hey boss, not much to report up here, but I've not exactly come this far to bring you news, have I?
So I'll have to dub over it and kind of describe the run in real time. Attack speed or hyper sprint? Let's set up for potential for rush delivery. Ooh, Eurydice. Okay, Eurydice. I doubt she's going to give us the attack boon because we have a couple tier 2 like non-core boons that could definitely get hit by this.
Looky who.
Let's see what the odds are. Let's see. We have. I think it can hit strong drink. I think it can hit high volt. It can definitely hit high voltage. It can hit hyper sprint. It can hit Ocean's Bounty. So it's like I didn't count, but it's like a 1 in 6 or a 1 in 5. The odds of this hitting the attack are very low.
Hey, Your Royal Majesty. I must say, you've accomplished some truly amazing feats, according to Orphe at least. But don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
She knows we've been lying to Orpheus.
Oh no, he's been boasting of my fabricated exploits to you. I've tried to tell him I was only joking with him, but now he just thinks I'm being modest.
That modesty won't get you anywhere with me either, hun. Your greatness. I'm honored to merely be in the presence of one with so many wild exploits to sing or speak of.
I appreciate the voice acting here, just that you can hear the like very sarcastic tone she's taking with you, but also I appreciate the character writing because that's so funny that Orpheus has been bragging about his friend to his muse, And she knows that that is all falsehoods. If anything, at least Zagreus did try to be honest with Orpheus, but now he has, what's the phrase? Dug his grave and is laying in it too. All right, so the question is, do I risk Ambrosia to the Light and hope that it hits the attack? Which it's very unlikely to do in this situation. It's a pretty low % chance, but it is a non-zero chance. Or I just take the Refreshing Nectar and hope for a high level Rush Delivery from another Hermes Boon. I think talking myself into doing that is what I'm gonna go with. Plus if we, oh, Kiwi, I think we're gonna see a rare level Jolted here potentially, and that's gonna up our damage pretty heftily. Granted, Sea Storm always taking that first if given the opportunity, because we need that way more than anything else here. Also have to say, me tossing out that Sisyphus in the Symphony fight probably saved me a Death Defiance, because I was at risk of losing it. So, yes, we have Zeus's Legendary. It doesn't do much for us just yet, but it's going to do a lot for us soon enough. Alright, this Mega Gorgon head is dead. We're going to try and kite this guy onto our bombs. Yeah, if we stack bombs here, we can get him with both explosions and wipe out his HP pretty quickly. There we go. All right, Zeus.
Farewell,
Let's see the juice. Oh, there it is, Kiwi. All right. Oh, but man, that epic level Jolted looks amazing, but objectively speaking, Sea Storm is probably better here. But man, do I want to take that. I know how this is going to go. If I don't take Sea Storm now, I'm never going to see it again. I think I'm going to risk this Hermes because, I mean, coin is cool, but again, we have Rush Delivery right now. If I can manage to get through this without taking damage.
One false move is all it takes here, boy.
I don't think it's likely that that's going to happen, but we can struggle for it. I have range and I have Sea Storm, so I can kill things pretty quick. I just need to, like, prioritize not getting hit here. So keep my distance. If they start spawning Flame Chariots, I think that's where the odds of me having this work in my favor go to die. But look at how much our damage has just, like, ramped up. I think we got it. If you would kindly just... There we go. Okay, we got it. Nice. Come on.
How's that?
We didn't get it. Oh, and I have no rerolls, Kiwi. All right. Attack speed or more dashes? I think I'll take more dashes, because that just makes me safer overall. Imagine if we had gotten Rush Delivery there, though. We'll take the Palm, or maybe I should have gone for the Key for the extra reroll. I don't think we need it that bad. Really, at this point, all we could ever ask for is a high level, another look at our epic tier or higher Jolted, because that would do so much damage for us. But all right, there is our damage. Okay. The run has officially come online, Kiwi. I don't really have to worry about using my special anymore, but probably should still use it on occasion. I wonder how the aspect of Lucifer does with the Athena attack. So, like, you know, block projectiles. Like, if I just kind of went... I guess, no, the auto lock-on would probably interfere with that. Alright, a Palm or a Shop. We're going to go for the Shop in the hopes of finding a Zeus Boon here, or a Poseidon, because, again, we still need Rupture. I'm going to sneeze, I am sorry. Or maybe not. Oh, hey, speaking of Athena. Oh. I mean, Athena's dash is always good, especially when we have this many extra dashes, but it doesn't synergize with any of the boons I'm super duper interested in taking. So I think we leave her behind and move along. I do think we're at the point where whatever next god is offered in the shop we will take, just to finalize our god pool.
To hear the sound of your hiss, Lerny.
Alright, watch Lerny's HP bar here, because it's gonna melt. Whoop, okay, maybe not melt, but some good damage all around, right? Like, the things that this build is missing at this point is just a good source of, like, Jolted will up our damage substantially. Jolted does so much damage. I guess we could go Artemis. You know what? I think Artemis is the god I would want last in my build, because crit chance with those Thunderbolts will do a lot. Because we're rapid firing, so we have a lot of chance to crit in those instances. Yeah, there we go. See that damage? That's some pretty solid damage. There are a lot of things going on the screen right now. I'm not too worried about taking damage here because Strong Drink will carry me in this run. It'll help me replenish my HP to full. what I'm trying to do is make sure that I reload my weapon every time I'm dashing to a new position. And just remembering to cast the special every chance I can to get that little extra damage. What you should do is, as you're dashing away or using your special, you reload at the same time, because you can kind of, you fill in the blanks for your DPS by using your special during the reload animation. That's kind of how you optimize both Hestia and most other rail weapons. Alright. Do I just equip the Artemis Keepsake, or do I just let her show up naturally and take like the Palm Blossom for some extra levels? Or do I say, okay, I've got all I really need, why don't I upgrade one of these? I mean, realistically speaking, almost all of these are at max rank now. Broken Spear Point is so frustratingly close to leveling. That's kind of annoying. I don't know. It's between taking the Adamant Arrowhead or taking maybe the Myrmidon Bracer, or just knocking this out so it's fully upgraded. I do not know here. I think. Or I could take the Skull Earring. I'm not going to likely be that low on HP, but I certainly could make it work if I was. I think I'm going to take the Broken Spear Point and finally get it at its final level and be satisfied. Artemis, if she shows up, fantastic. If she doesn't, well, oh well. Nothing here I want from the shop, so let's move along. Wow, have I been setting... This is like the lowest HP run I've had in some time, actually. I just noticed I'm at 110 max HP. I've only gotten 2 darkness rooms, and that's been the only extra source of HP I've had this entire run. That's kind of crazy. Usually I need to...
Time to pick a fight.
Usually I need to stack at least a little bit on the Centaur Heart, so I've been playing... I don't know if I'd say I've been playing well, but I've definitely been surviving. Come on, fish.
I got one. Another sea mare.
That should give us something shiny in the shop, or at this chef.
Asterius and Theseus are probably expecting me.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Okay, here's our second hammer. I know I was complaining about the lack of HP, but that doesn't mean we're gonna take it over a hammer, of course. I don't know if I ever finished my thought, but I was saying, like, the reason why I appreciate Poseidon's attack on this is because if enemies are doing, like, a leaping attack at me, look at that, I push them away before they can get their attack off. So it makes them kind of miscalculate their hitbox, and it actually, while it doesn't provide hit stun to knock them out of their attack animation, it does pretty reliably still grant me a degree of safety. Would love it if I could hit this guy. I do still feel the lack of damage here. We need a good jolted boon. Hopefully we see more Zeus soon enough. Also, hopefully we see a good hammer here, because I'm going to be sad if we get some. There are honestly a lot of hammers that would work well with this build, though. Let's see. Infinite attack, but no ramping damage. Fires 50% faster with 15% runner range, or triple bomb rapid succession specials. These are all so very darn tempting. I think the 50% faster with 15% more range is objectively the best option, because it ramps up our... We start with we're going to be dropping Zeus attacks 50% faster. So I think we take that.
All tuned up.
We'll take the HP here for a change. Doesn't hurt to be a little bit tankier, given... Especially in Elysium, we're just so prone to taking damage. The other nice thing about this build, that hammer, that first hammer that we got, is because it pierces enemies. I don't have to worry about Theseus or these shield enemies giving me any sort of real trouble, because I am piercing straight through their shield. That said, we need something to really make our damage pop off. I'm not sure quite what that is yet. But look at that guy just getting constantly slammed into walls by this attack. That's kind of funny. It would be lovely, really, really lovely, if we could just see a little bit more Poseidon and Zeus to get the two, probably the two things we need most at this point. Where is he respawning? There you are. The two things we need for this build at this point, we need Rupture from Poseidon, and we need... Oh, hey, Artemis. Well, here's our chance to get the Artemis boon we want. Honestly, Support Fire would be hilarious with this build. It won't do that much more damage, but it would be fun. And what more could we want on this build than something that is fun? Oh, wow. So, teleporting Flame Wheels is one of the cruelest, like, champion monster designs, or, like, what is it? Not middle management. benefits package. One of the meanest benefits package mods that you can get, because they can teleport directly on you and explode, and there's like, what can you do about that? Not much. All right, Artemis.
Hello again. You ready for this hunt? Me, I've been looking forward since last time, so let's get on with it.
Let's do it. All right, let's see. I am not taking her attack. No, that completely breaks our build. Pressure points. All right, 4% chance to crit. Remember when I said we might take Trippy Shot? I don't think we're taking Trippy Shot anymore because he's not showing up. Oh, there he is. All right, sorry, Chaos. Once again, you have shown up at a time when one of my uncles is around, and my uncles are necessary here.
Good. It feels as though I haven't crushed the life from anything in ages.
I have bad news for you, Asterius. You're not doing that now, either. Yeah, like, our damage seems decent, but it feels a bit rough when you don't have Jolted. Because Jolted, I mean, I can't complain too much. We've got a ton of range, we've got a ton of DPS, all things considered, but Jolted really just adds on that really beautiful extra bit of damage. And you know what else we haven't gotten? We haven't gotten Double Strike. That is also a significant portion of our damage. It was cool that we got high voltage for the AoE it provides, but it doesn't actually provide enough to really be worth it over either of those two options. Like, obviously, if we're given one or the other, we're gonna take Jolted every time, or Jolted or Double Strike. Like, high voltage is objectively the worst option of those three because it just gives you range, and in a lot of instances, that range doesn't matter.
I concede.
All right, let us.
I guess I win this round.
See some Razor Shoals, or so whatever it is that gives us the Rupture effect. Let's see. There it is, Razor Shoals. Your boons with knockaway effects also rupture foes. Breaking Wave is also kind of funny because with these rapid fire builds, if you're like we had that one enemy that was right up against a wall, you'd be taking 150 damage rapid style, which is hilarious. But no, Razor Shoals is objectively what we want here. And Patroclus showing up to give us an attack damage buff since we don't really need his HP or anything else. Oh, you know what? I just realized I forgot to go to the administrative chamber and free Achilles from his contract in the last episode. Oops.
This spear point that you gave me, sir, it's been quite useful, though I have to ask you, is there any particular significance to it? Most spear points aren't imbued with power such as this.
I wonder if it's Achilles' spear point.
Oh, that. Just something I'd been meaning to get rid of, but it can be difficult, discarding trifles from the past. Knowing it's provided you some benefit is welcome news.
Okay, maybe it's not Achilles. I don't think he would get rid of Achilles as spear point, so it's probably his own. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and take Cyclops Tricky here. For the next 10 rooms, 60% more attack damage. Okay, and there's the shop. We'll take the shop here. I think this is the end shop. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's not. It's the mid-shop. Kiwi, we got another trial between Poseidon and Zeus. That's amazing. All right, we'll take this Dionysus boon here, and we did not get any of the things we wanted. I guess Drunken Dash is kind of nice because it'll make it a little bit easier for us to get status privilege when we're not attacking. But the second we get Jolted, we're going to get status privilege reliably. Very reliably. So, I mean, Dionysus' aid is actually pretty decent. It does a fair bit of damage. Because it's 30 damage every second for 9 seconds when it's fully stacked. That's a lot of damage. I don't know. I don't want a positive outlook, so it's going to be between one of these two. I could make a strong argument for Poseidon or Zeus's dash over Dionysus' dash. So we'll take Dionysus' aid. That's fine.
Cheers, mate.
All right, let's take another trial and get some more Zeus and Poseidon stacked up. I think once again we take Zeus first
Not going to like
because
this.
getting Jolted will speed up the overall run. There it is, a rare tier Jolted. Your lightning effects make foes Jolted, which means they self-inflict damage the next time they attack. Take 83 damage per attack.
What you have just done is tantamount to spitting in my face. Let me remind you then, the ocean can spit back.
All right, open your mouth.
He'll get over it.
Yeah, so the thing about the trials with Poseidon is I am really bad at seeing the Poseidon wave that comes as his penalty, especially in Elysium, and for some reason in Tartarus too, but honestly in all instances, they do give you a nice little indicator on the ground when it's spawning in. It looks like the typical like little gray circle with the gods pouring in. Also, I would really like to appreciate the fact of how fast your god gauge charges with this build, because you are doing so many hits per second.
All right, no need to fight about this any longer, don't you think, nephew? Here, take my blessing like you should have in the first place.
Well, he's just a little mad. It's fine. Wave pounding. Ooh. Ooh, okay, this is beautiful. Your boons with knockaway effects deal damage to bosses. 40% more damage. And because our attack is always doing knockaway effect, that just means we're doing 40% more damage on our attack to every boss we fight now. And we're getting a nectar room. Excellent. So strong drink will boost our damage from that. Another 3%. Excellent. We'll take the end shop here. We have a fair bit of coin, not nearly enough to really afford the good stuff in sticks, but that's okay. I think I take this mystery boon.
I don't see why not.
Oh, Kiwi, double strike, a random Zeus boon. Heck yes, that couldn't have gone better for us. Okay. I think we have everything we could possibly want at this point, aside from maybe Poseidon's legendary. But that is just, it's strictly speaking.
Others in Elysium are so unwise to take up arms against Asterius and myself.
Strictly speaking, it's unnecessary. All right, let us just DPS like no tomorrow now.
As we battle to the last.
Like, look at that damage, Kiwi. Asterius is already done.
Fiend, are you yet fearful for the inevitable end to your foul quest?
I dashed into the Asterius attack and I don't care. Like, we also have pressure points, which means any of these hits that I'm doing could crit. Alright, and there goes Asterius. See, this is what Supersoaker is supposed to do. When Supersoaker comes online, it comes online and it is a raging internet troll. Oh wow, we already had his, like, we get God Gauge so fast, it's wild. You know, now I'm seeing an argument for Eternal Chamber because I can keep dashing and keep the laser going the whole time. With this sort of build, that could be really strong, but that was an extremely fast heroes and it felt great.
Hurry up then, and I shall see you outside.
Alright, at this point, it really doesn't matter what we take. We are not at even at close risk to losing the run, so let's take something that needs some levels. Harpy Feather Duster, I really just never use it. Skull Earring is also probably one of my least used keepsakes. Old Spike Collar will definitely get maxed out if we take it. I can make an argument for using Myrmidon Bracer. So why don't we go ahead and take Harpy Feather Duster, because I think overall that is the one I'm going to use the least, most consistently. Skull Earring I can make an argument for sometimes, especially if I'm running Stubborn Defiance and staying low HP. Nothing I'm selling there, and nothing I'm taking from the Well of Charon.
Done.
Okay, one floor to go. Would love to see more Zeus and Poseidon, but at this point, pretty much the only thing I could want is Billowing Strength. Like the Zeus spoons. What did I update? Oh, okay. I guess we never fully upgraded 6. I wonder what was the trigger for that now. Anyway, I think it's called Billowing Strength. It's the Zeus spoon that makes you have your God Gauge fill up faster or get more damage after using it, because we stack it up very fast. I'm going to save my coin for that Titan Blood. I think this is the run where we could afford to use it. Let's go ahead and take Artemis first, because of the wonderful thing she does. But more specifically, she can give us more crit chance, and more crit chance on this build is hilarious. Does she give us any good duo boons? Lightning Rod seems kind of useless here to me. Like, I know I'm poisoned and I just don't care. I can kill these things faster than I can get to the poison cure. Little mandrake pools, or I don't actually know if that's what they're called, but that's what I'm calling them. Because if you haven't noticed before, actually, let me show you this, because I think it's a cute little detail. There is no look at it. It's like a little mandrake in that pool, just having a good time, soaking its legs and having a. It looks kind of stinky, not gonna lie. It's probably steam, but my brain, because it's yellow, because those fumes are yellow, is just making me think of like a cloud of just foul smelling whatever it is. So unfortunately, we don't see any Zeus or Poseidon on this floor from the shop or the extra rooms, and I have no way of re-rolling those. So we are at cap for what our core build God-giving boons are going to offer us, and yet I still feel like there is more potential in this build we can eke out even with that realization. Although realistically speaking, I don't think there's anything that Dionysus is going to give us.
Hurry up.
Why are you telling me to hurry up?
Hear me on my authority.
Let's see. Hunter's Mark. Or more God gauge gained on critical. That could work really well with us, but Hunter's Mark just sounds more fun.
No use.
I do not need the HP. Next boon has upgraded rarity. Nah, I'm gonna save my coin. Because like I said, I want to go for that Titan Blood if I can get it. Where's our fish today? There it is. So I need another 500 coins. We'll take the coin chamber next. Oh, what am I doing?
Damn.
I was focused on the shop and heard movement and was like, oh, I forgot I'm fishing. Oh well. Unfortunately, nothing special from Styx today. It's funny, but this is the point of the run where I just forget I have a special overall. Like, I'm gonna toss it out when I'm reloading and not much else. Or maybe when I first enter the room too, just because I need to get into position for enemies. But we need 500 coin, and I think we can very reasonably obtain that, believe it or not. Just because,
it's no use.
Look, I mean, look at how much coin we're getting from these individual Styx chambers. Unlucky, 2 chamber Styx. I am going to do the extra rooms for the sake of potentially affording the Titan Blood, because this should bump us up to 1,000. That gave us 150. So yeah, I need 200 coin more, and I'm pretty sure I can get that if I just hunt around a little bit more. So let's go ahead and take this higher tier Dionysus boon. I don't think I really care about the palm at this point. There's not much it can do for us that I, strictly speaking, need. We're just taking the extra chambers for the gold. Dionysus, I had said I wanted to take, what's it called? I wanted to take Trippy Shot, and Trippy Shot really doesn't do anything for us at this point, because we're not going to get Scintillating Feast, which is the Dionysus Zeus duo that makes lightning bolts drop from Trippy Shot, which as a boon on its own is hilarious, but it's actually really strong, especially when you have what we already have on the Supersoaker build, because it would trigger the legendary, it would trigger double strike, it would trigger high voltage, and it would trigger, you know what, I guess the palm would be pretty good if we can hit high voltage, or what is it, double strike with it. So I guess, assuming we don't get enough coin from this, I will actually go for, the palm, because if we get it on double strike, that would be pretty awesome. Also remembering that I need to pop my Sisyphus here and there. Look at this poor rat, just not standing a chance of getting blasted into a wall.
In the name of Hades.
Alright, there's a good Trippy Shot. Haha, wow. Bad influence back to taunt us with the legendary 69. No, there is no reason why I would take bad influence here. Just purely out of spite, if nothing else. So we got our Trippy Shot. I will still probably forget to use it.
Quite enough here, thanks.
Oh, well, would you look at that? We have exactly enough to afford that. And I guess that's it for the run. Let's go ahead and end it.
Zagreus once more offers to Cerberus one of his favorite sacks.
Bye, good boy. All right, let's see how crazy our DPS can ramp up against Hades. I know I'm going to get hit for it, but I'm going to try and ramp up a full chamber worth of, like, ammo chamber worth of laser onto Hades, just so we can see how much damage that does total.
One last bit of business to take care of, then.
But let's show you the full pen.
You slipped by Cerberus again, I see. Then draw your weapon, boy.
Maybe after the run. I'm not the best artist, though, Dad, so it's going to be kind of a mess. Anyway, let's see what our full potential damage does to him. Alright, that wasn't it. I'm just standing here awkwardly casting.
Was that your foolish doing, Poseidon?
I wonder if he's commenting on the boosted damage to bosses. I don't know what is causing these to automatically fire. I wonder if it's... I think, honestly, maybe it's a matter of the Zeus lightning bolts are causing the special to immediately pop, which is an interesting... I don't know if that's intended or not. Interesting if it is. But we're just going to keep dropping these little things, and then pop a Dionysus and pop a Hades. But look at that damage, especially with all those crits. And there's phase 1 done. I'm going to save up Dionysus's full call here, but I should be stacking these. Yeah, I think the lightning bolts of Okay, we can pop it here then.
Positively, man.
I think the yeah, I think the Zeus lightning bolts are able to pop the Lucifer aspect bombs, which is interesting. Didn't know it did that. That's kind of cool, but also vaguely inconvenient. Like, I know I am taking hits, but I really don't need to care about anything. Okay, now I need to care a little bit. I ran out of ammo, but you know what? Here, let's just point blank them. Like, that's the fun thing about making it to Hades with a really strong build.
I shall see you back at home.
With a really strong build and all of your death defiances,
Done.
you don't even have to worry about playing safe anymore. Like, if I was running a melee build, I probably would still try to play some degree of safe, unless I know my DPS is strong enough. But like, this was a pretty fantastic build, I'd say. Let's see, who carried the run? Obviously, we need to recognize our attack, and we need to recognize Sea Storm. We need to recognize the Zeus legendary. Honestly, wave pounding sounds great. That sounds really weird out of context. I wouldn't say either of our hammers like hardcore carried the run. Do I want to take, let's go ahead and put, where is it? I like this one, pressure points, 4%. It was a pretty strong run, and not our fastest time by any means. We didn't get Sea Storm nearly as early as we have in the past, but take a look at that. 32 win streak, 64 total clears. Sadly, no fish here, but we'll take our Titan blood very merrily and move on to the house.
Having already seen the splendid cottage of Persephone sufficient times, the stubborn underworld prince nevertheless attempts to go there once again, although his memory of it shall have to do.
I wonder what got him. Only, maybe he died from being too nostalgic. Nah, that's not how that works, right?
Wonder if I can get out even faster.
Oh, we absolutely can. Son of Hades.
Oh, there you are, Highness.
Hey, Achilles. Wait. Before I forget. Oh, you know what? I might have just interrupted the dialogue we could have had there, but...
Oh, don't mind me.
Oh, you know what? That was... I think we did take it. We did take it. We just didn't have the dialogue with Achilles about it yet. Okay. Fair enough.
Oh, there you are, Highness.
Achilles, your pact with Father is officially amended, sir. Specifically, it no longer has any stipulation barring you from entering Elysium during the indefinite term of your employment. On my authority in the name of Hades. Thank you for your service.
Aw.
What? Are you... You're serious? I'm able to go. You're right, I feel it. I'm unbound. So I can simply leave right now.
Do it. Go be with the one you love.
You can simply leave right now. And might I add, it's about damn time.
Yeah, this is one of the longest character progression lines in the game by far.
I should get going then, although I'm unprepared. I didn't think it would come to this. Not that I had no faith in you, it's just...
You had every faith in my father.
Incidentally, there's this one glade out in Elysium I highly recommend. Go to him, sir. You've waited long enough. Fear is for the weak.
Fear is for the weak. Farewell for now, lad. I can't thank you enough.
Excellent. All right.
Farewell for now, sir.
And cool. Now we have unlocked the final bit of progression with his story. Excellent.
Stocked the storeroom, checked the locks, cleaned the tiles, watered the trees.
Pet the dog. Pet the dog. Pet the dog. Kiwi, pet the dog.
You're my good boy. Yes, you are.
Yeah, he is. A little subtle detail that I'd like to point out there is when Achilles teleported away, he did the Hades-themed summoning sigil, like the ground marker.
The Hound of Hell rests peacefully upon his favored spot.
Unlike the other gods in this game, who like poof away with a cloud of smoke, he teleports away the same way the shades teleport in on our runs, like in the individual rooms, which I think is a cool little touch because those guys are shades, Achilles is a shade, not a god, so they have a different teleportation animation.
Another satyr outbreak to look out for next you venture there.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello.
I have an optimistic feeling about your next attempt to run away, my friend.
Thank you. Orpheus?
Nice chatting.
I do too. Unless it's a sword run, in which case, maybe not. 200 gemstones for 1 Titan blood. Absolutely not worth it.
Cooking's one way to pass the time.
The value of Titan blood is finite, but until it is consumed fully, it is by far my most valued resource.
Hope my little cottage on the coast is holding up.
I don't know, I died before I could get there. Didn't you hear Homer? Okay. Ooh, we fulfilled a prophecy.
That definitely came to pass.
Divided by death, the son of the god of the dead shall make certain attempts to aid a great hero who gave up his exalted place in the underworld for the one he loves.
May Achilles and Patroclus make up for lost time.
Or Ambrosia for reuniting Achilles and Patroclus. It's kind of crazy, though. We still have a whole bunch of things. The epilogue, Nyx and Chaos. Apparently, we still have not seen one... What is Glacial Glare? I'll have to look that up. It's probably a tier 2. Oh, you know what? I think it's the thing that buffs her crystal beam into being somewhat slightly better. We still have not gotten any of the legendary boons of Hermes. We still need some fusions between, I think that's Dionysus and Ares. We still haven't taken Flurry Slash on the blade. Okay, so these are all the hammer ones. We need to clear 1 run with approval process on, apparently. We've never done... That gives 15 Titan blood. Oh my goodness, Kiwi. Okay, I know what we're going to take approval process next run. Because, oh my goodness, that is something good. This is... Okay, we get 8 Titan blood for doing all of the mirror things. So, all right, let's do this real quick. We're going to take... We needed high confidence, so we're going to start with 50 less HP. We needed... I think Dark Regeneration we needed. Harsh Conditions. No, this one. High Confidence, Dark Regeneration, Family Favorite, and Abyssal Blood. So, Abyssal Blood. Okay, there's Family Favorite. Abyssal Blood, Abyssal Blood, Abyssal Blood. There we are. So, we need to do a run with all of these things to... get that. I'm not gonna spend my darkness here yet because I think there were things I wanted darkness for more, like more rerolls, for example. But I should take stock of what I'm doing to myself. I am no longer regenerating between rooms, and I don't have any regeneration currently. I guess these don't cost much, so I'll take 1 level of them just so that I have some benefit. Abyssal Blood slows enemies by 6% per rank. High Confidence, deal bonus damage by 5% per rank for when you are above 80% HP. Family Favorite, deal 2.5% more damage for every boon you have. Excellent. Okay, so now we're in line to take that pretty well. And then what was the other thing? Harsh Conditions. So 1 level of approval process, which blocks off, I believe that blocks off the mirror? But let me double check that. Also watch, is going to be sword.
Right on schedule.
Oh, spear. Yeah, approval process, or is this 1 fewer boon offered by gods? We can handle that. Now, to give myself the best fighting chance in this instance, I do think I'm going to make this a bow run, just to guarantee I get all the stuff I want. Well, what we haven't done, actually, we did do a recent Rama run, but it was the playing Rama the wrong way. Let's play Rama the right way, and round out all the things that we need. Now, who do we want on Rama's attack? Aphrodite was my old go-to because her damage is just so good. Why don't we leave it to the fates? We'll take the Palm Blossom here. We're gonna set ourselves for... We can drop 2 heat. Why don't we get rid of middle management and we'll take 3 levels of extreme measures, 1 level of jury summons, 1 level of approval process, and one level of tight deadline. We will do that in the next episode.
Our relationship, boyo, requires no exchange of words.
So Kiwi, look forward to that in the next run. I hope you've enjoyed watching in the meantime, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one where we're going to get a whole lot of Titan blood.
All right, I'm back.